Hello BookTube, welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and this is going to be my belated September TBR. Now I hadn't done a September TBR yet because I did a Ribsat TBR, which was the first week in September, and I read 4 books for that. So now I have filmed my Ribsat wrap-up, and I'm ready to tell you what I'm going to read for the rest of the month. I've got 13 books picked out, and if I got all of these read, then that would be a total of 17 for the month, which is doable, but I'm not sure it's doable this month. So I may end up having to pick and choose when it comes right down to it, but let me show you what I would like to read this month. Here's my stack. Now you may have noticed this gigantic thing. I'm going to finally finish Gone with the Wind. This is the entire Gone with the Wind on CD. If you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that I've already listened to the first half. So I'm going to be able to pick up in the middle of this. I had the first half on cassette, which I listened to in my car. The second half was not available on cassette at our library, so I just checked out the entire version on CD. So I will have to listen to the rest of this in my kitchen as I'm, cleaning, cooking, washing dishes, and everything like that. And I do not know if I will be able to finish this in September. I will just kind of take my time with it. I have a couple of shorter books that I want to finish on audio first, but I will probably just kind of pop one of these in and maybe try to do 1 disc a day or something like that. I took a couple months off from it, so once I get back into the story, I may get so engrossed in it that I want to just keep going. So I don't know. I love the story. I've only listened to the first half twice now, and I have never listened to or read the second half, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes. I have watched the movie only one time, but I don't really remember how it ended other than that final scene. But anyway, I just think it's going to be great, and I am excited that I will be able to say that I have finished this book in its entirety. Another epic book on audio, I'm going to listen to book 2 of the Earth Children series, which is the sequel. This is The Valley of Horses, the sequel to Clan of the Cave Bear. I listened to Clan of the Cave Bear last December, and I loved it. My husband has listened to it as well. I have all of my print books now, and so I'll be following along in the print book, but I do have the audiobook ordered from the library. It's in, I just haven't picked it up yet. Another audiobook that I have is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, book 3 in the Harry Potter series. This is my first read-through of Harry Potter. I have really enjoyed the first 2 books, so I'm looking forward to getting into the third one. Of course, Katie, who has just been inhaling them for the second time now, she has been insisting that I hurry up and get the third book already, but I was busy doing my library bingo challenge. So even if I do 1 a month, I think that's a good pace for me. I read the first one in July and the second one in August, and so here's number 3 for September. And an audiobook I've already started is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I just actually started this today. It's on Playway from the library. This has been on my TBR really since I started a Goodreads account. My daughter Katie's been wanting to read it too, and neither of us have gotten around to it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm still in just like the first hour of it, and it's really good. And I forgot to mention an audiobook that I'm listening to in my car. This is an abridged version of The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells. It's one of the free audiobooks I got on cassette from our friends at the library when they decided that they were not going to sell audiobooks on cassette anymore. So I've got a whole box full, and some I've given away, and others that I thought looked interesting that I thought I would listen to before I passed them on to someone else. And this is one of them. So far, I'm not really crazy about it, but it's an abridged version, so it's not very long, and I figure I can go ahead and finish it up. Those are the audiobooks that I would like to listen to for the month of September. Now for my print books, I want to read most of the ones that I showed in my Ribsat TBR that I didn't get to. I want to read The Little Way of Ruthie Lemming. This says A Southern Girl, a Small Town, and the Secret of a Good Life. This is by Rod Dreher. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law loaned me this, said it's really good, gotta read it. And it is based on a true story. I would still like to get to I'm Just Saying by Kim Zimmer. She was one of the stars of Guiding Light, which I was a fan of, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun to read. And a couple of cozies I need to get to. This was last month's pick for the new first in series Cozy Mysteries book club that is hosted by Di, and we are using our Mystery Madness Goodreads group for this. I said I was going to read it. I got it out. I read a page or 2, and it's been sitting on my Goodreads currently reading list for several weeks now. I am definitely going to get to this very, very soon. And then one of the September picks is Murder in Volume by D.R. Meredith. This is a series about a mystery reading club or reading group, and so this is the one I will be reading for that club for this month. And I will leave a link down below for our Goodreads group if you would like to join in and discuss any of these books. She is picking 2 books per month, so I just chose one of them for last month and one of them for this month. The other 2 are more paranormal, cozy mysteries, and those are not really my thing as much as craft themed mysteries. So and these are actually both more about books, so these were good ones to start with. So I definitely want to get to both of these this month. Since I reread the first Miss Julia book for RibSat and my Library Bingo Challenge, I decided I needed to pick up the next one that I have not read. I think this is book 15 in the series, Miss Julia's Marvelous Makeover by Abby Ross. I love the Miss Julia series. It's one of my top 5 series of all time, and I have not read this one. And then I've got some middle grade books I would like to get to. This is the second in the Pinderwicks series, The Pinderwicks on Gardam Street by Jean Birdsall. I want to read this for the Pinderwicks Read Along, hosted by Akos, and I'll leave a link down below for the Goodreads group for that. And we were also going to do a read along with Akos for All 4 Stars by Tara Derman, but I think we've postponed that for now. However, I'm still going to read it because it's one of our Florida Sunshine State Young Reader Award finalists for 3rd to 5th grade for this year. So I've already checked it out from the library, and it looks really cute. I think I heard Kaylee from Books for MKs talking about this book in a video a while back. It's about a girl who loves to cook, and she becomes a food critic, but she has to keep it a secret that she's only 11 or 12, and so it looks really fun. And the last 2 are also Sunshine State books for the 6th to 8th grade. I have already started All Fall Down. I don't think I've put it on my currently reading, but I read a couple chapters of it when we were walking home from the bookmobile when I got it, and it looks really good. And it is by Allie Carter. Then I also checked out Bot Wars by J.V. Cade. And like I said, these are books that our Florida middle schoolers are going to be encouraged to read. If you're new to my channel, I live in Florida, and the Florida for Media and Education puts out a list every school year of recommended reading. And so these are on the 6th to 8th grade list, and this one is on the 3rd to 5th grade list. And I'm going to add 2 more books to this video, bringing the total for this video up to 16 and a total for the month up to 20 if I get them all read. This is At Home in Mitford by Jan Karen. It's the first in the Mitford series. I love the series. I've listened to it multiple times on audio, and I've never read it in print, and I've really been in the mood to just pick it up and start reading it. So I'm adding it to this month's TBR. It was one of the potential books for my Library Bingo Challenge, and I bumped it out for something shorter because I was running out of time. And this one is really tempting me. This is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R. Tolkien. The Strip Cover Lit guys are doing a Lord of the Rings read-along, and I watched Steve Donahue's video, and I'm just really inspired to reread these. I don't know if I can keep up with the pace that they are going to be reading, but I've been thinking about rereading this for a while. I've read the whole thing at least 3 times, and it's such a great book. I would love to get back into it again. I had thought that if I did a reread of anything Tolkien this year, I would read The Hobbit, because I have an annotated version that I just got last year that I haven't read. But I don't know. If a lot of people are going to be reading this right now, I'm tempted to jump in. So we'll see. So that's it for me for the rest of September. This is what I hope to get read. If I don't get to all of this, that's okay. I'll just keep bumping it back. If you've read any of these, let me know, and if there's any of these you'd like to read along with me, I would love that too. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you're having a great day, read a good book, and God bless you.